In the dance of destiny and desire, where hearts seek their mirrored soul, some find their twin flame effortlessly, as if the universe conspired in their favor. Yet, others wander in a solitary quest, their hearts echoing with longing. You might have been told, love arrives when least expected, or your standards are too high. But could it be that the tapestry of your thoughts and actions weaves a barrier against love's gentle knock? Today, we unfurl the veil on this mystery, exploring 6 reasons that keep you alone. Each insight, a beacon of understanding, may just realign your stars and guide you to the union you seek. Imagine love as a garden. In seeking the perfect flower, you may bypass the beauty of those blooming at your feet. Our quest for an ideal partner, armed with a checklist of virtues, often blinds us to the imperfectly perfect souls who might complement us wholly. Consider this: instead of waiting for a mythical being, why not prioritize a handful of qualities that truly matter? The universe might surprise you with someone who doesn't tick all the boxes, but fills your life with unexpected joy. This pursuit, driven by unrealistic expectations, is akin to searching for a mirage in the desert. You chase after an illusion, guided by a vision of love that has been polished and perfected by tales of fairy tale romance and cinematic love stories. These stories, while enchanting, often paint a picture of love that is unattainable, setting standards that no mere mortal can meet. You envision a partner who is not only physically attractive, but also intellectually stimulating, emotionally supportive, spiritually aligned, and in perfect harmony with every aspect of your life. However, the quest for this idealized partner leads you on a never-ending journey where satisfaction remains elusive and the beauty of imperfect love is overlooked. In focusing solely on your checklist, you miss out on the richness of human connection, on the unexpected joys that come from discovering the beauty in someone's quirks, the strength in their vulnerabilities, and the growth that arises from navigating challenges together. Real love is messy, it's challenging, and it's incredibly beautiful in its imperfection. Consider then, perhaps, rewriting your stars. Instead of seeking the one who meets every expectation, look for someone who challenges you, grows with you, and complements the essence of who you are. Let go of half of those criteria that you once deemed non-negotiable and open your heart to the surprises of the universe. It is in the unexpected, in the spaces between your list, that love often finds a way to surprise us, showing us that what we truly needed was not what we were so fervently seeking. Like a ship tethered to a dock, the weight of past loves can hinder your journey forward. Holding a torch for an old flame or the scars from a love lost can cast a shadow on potential futures. To compare every new encounter with echoes of the past is to view the world through distorted glass. Recognize your history, but do not let it steer your ship. Release the anchor and sail into the open waters of the present, where new love awaits. Being stuck in the past is akin to walking through a gallery of memories, where each frame holds a moment frozen in time, some of joy, others of sorrow. With every step, the past whispers, telling tales of what was, what could have been, and what may never be again. It's a comforting yet haunting melody that plays on repeat, holding you captive in its rhythm. You compare every potential partner to the one in the frames, measuring their worth against a love that has since faded into the backdrop of your life. But here's the paradox. In holding on to the past, you not only anchor yourself to what's gone, but also blind yourself to the beauty of the present and the potential of the future. Love, in its essence, is about growth, change, and evolution. It's about two people coming together, not as perfect beings, but as souls willing to navigate the complexities of life side by side. When you're anchored to a past love, you're attempting to sail the seas of life with a map that no longer reflects the currents and contours of the world around you. The key to lifting this anchor is acknowledgement and acceptance. Acknowledge the beauty of what was, for it has shaped you into the person you are today. Accept that the past, with all its joys and sorrows, is a chapter in your story, not the entire narrative. It's about giving yourself permission to let go, to untether your heart from the memories that bind you, and to allow it to be filled with the winds of new beginnings. In the turbulence of modern life, work often takes precedence, a demanding deity to which we sacrifice our time for connection. While ambition fuels our sense of purpose, an imbalance can leave little room for the seeds of love to grow. Remember, the heart too needs nurturing. Set aside your scripts of duty and plunge into the richness of life beyond the office. Your twin flame might just be waiting in the very spaces you've overlooked. This scenario unfolds in the lives of many, where the idol of work is worshipped with fervent devotion. Mornings start before sunrise and end long after sunset, with the glow of screens for company. The pursuit of career milestones becomes the primary narrative, leaving little room in the plot for romantic interludes or the simple pleasures of companionship. Work, in its insatiable hunger, consumes not just time but energy, leaving a barren field where the seeds of love struggle to take root. In this world, where ambition clouds the heart, social gatherings become networking events, dates are squeezed into calendar slots like business meetings, and the concept of leisure is often met with guilt or the pressing weight of unattended emails. The imbalance is stark, a scale tipped so heavily towards professional achievement that personal happiness teeters on the edge, threatening to slip into oblivion. But here lies the paradox. In the relentless pursuit of success, there's a neglect of the very experiences that enrich our lives, that make the late nights and early mornings worth enduring. Human connection, love, and companionship are not just accessories to the main event. They are integral to our well-being, sources of joy and support that fuel our resilience and inspire our ambitions. Enchanted by tales of destiny, some hearts lie in wait, dreaming of a love that storms in to sweep them off their feet. Yet, love is not a treasure buried by fate, waiting to be unearthed without effort. Venture beyond the confines of your comfort, engage with the world, and dare to reach out. Love is a game of chance, and the dice roll in favor of those who play. The passive heart believes deeply in the power of destiny. It dreams of a love that transcends the mundanity of effort and arrives as if by magic. In this dream, love is a fairy tale waiting to happen, a story where paths cross in perfect timing and eyes meet across crowded rooms, igniting sparks that have been written in the stars. By clinging to passivity, there's a world of missed connections and overlooked opportunities. Every gathering declined, every introduction avoided, and every risk not taken is a story untold, a chapter unwritten in the book of your life. The belief in fate's sole responsibility for your love life absolves you of action, but it also cages you in a waiting room of your own making, where the clock ticks endlessly. The call to action, therefore, is not to abandon belief in destiny, but to meet it halfway. It's about recognizing that fate favors the bold, the curious, and the proactive. It's about venturing into the way, not with a map, but with a sense of adventure, ready to be surprised, ready to embrace the unknown. It's about saying yes to invitations, initiating conversations, and opening yourself up to the myriad ways love can manifest. Consider the act of reaching out, of making the first move, not as a denial of destiny, but as a declaration of readiness. It's a signal to the universe that you are open, that your heart is a home prepared for love's arrival. This doesn't mean love will be devoid of its magic or its serendipity. On the contrary, it means that when love does arrive, it finds you not at the forest's edge, but deep within its heart, where you've been actively shaping your own story. For hearts that have reveled in solitude, a relationship can seem like a siege on the bastion of independence. The fear of compromise, of sharing one's life, can feel like an impending loss of self. Yet consider that within the dance of partnership, there remains room for individuality. Love does not confine, it expands, offering horizons of shared experiences that solitude cannot. For many, the value of independence is immeasurable, a treasure hard won through battles of self-discovery and self-reliance. The thought of opening the gates, of letting someone else into the sanctum of self, brings fears of siege. Will I have to surrender parts of my kingdom? Will I lose myself in the merger of lands? These fears, though rooted in the desire to protect one's autonomy, can inadvertently repel the very connection we, as social beings, crave. The fortress, while a haven, can cast a long shadow, one that obscures the vibrant landscapes of intimacy, companionship, and shared dreams. It's in these landscapes that life finds its richest hues, where the tapestry of existence weaves together threads of individual stories into a more magnificent whole. The fear of losing independence in a relationship is akin to fearing the dilution of a river when it joins the sea, not realizing that it's this very confluence that creates vast oceans of possibilities. Opening the gates does not mean relinquishing the crown of independence. Rather, it's an invitation to explore new territories together, to build bridges instead of walls. It's about finding a balance between the autonomy of the self and the union of partnership. A healthy relationship does not confine. It liberates, offering a space where two individuals can grow, not just side by side, but together, enriching each other's lives while honoring their distinct paths. To love is to walk with open eyes into a storm, to show one's scars and fears, hoping not to be turned away. The thought of such openness can be daunting, yet vulnerability is the crucible in which true connection is forged. Embrace your imperfections, for it is in our fragility that we find our common humanity. The right person will see the beauty in your authenticity and meet you with an open heart. The fear of vulnerability is primal, woven into the fabric of our being. To be vulnerable is to stand naked in a storm, to lay bare your wounds and hopes alike, knowing they might be embraced with warmth or met with cold indifference. It's a leap of faith, a step into the unknown, where the risk of pain is the price of admission for the chance at love's deepest rewards. This fear keeps many in the shadows, preferring the solitude of their hidden universe to the possibility of being seen and not loved. It's a protective instinct, but it's also a prison. For in this hesitation to reveal our true selves lies a barrier not just to love, but to the richness of life itself. The most profound connections are formed not in the shallow waters of surface interaction, but in the deep currents of shared truths, where souls touch in their most naked form. The irony of vulnerability is that, while it opens us to the possibility of pain, it is also the cradle of intimacy, trust, and profound love. It is in our moments of openness that we offer the key to our hearts, inviting someone to step inside our world, to understand us in our entirety. This act of faith, of believing in the goodness of another, can transform relationships, turning acquaintances into confidants and strangers into soulmates. The quest for love is not solely an outward journey, but an inward exploration. It asks us to examine our barriers, to challenge our fears, and to open our hearts to the possibilities that life offers. As you navigate the path to your twin flame, remember that the most profound union is the one you forge with yourself. Embrace your journey, for in understanding your own heart, you prepare the way for a love that mirrors its depth and beauty. Let these insights be your guide, not just in the search for love, but in the art of living fully. For it is not in the finding, but in the seeking that we uncover the treasures of the human heart.